Hello, everyone. One sec. Let me get myself situated here. I can never really see the frame until after I go live. I think that's better. All right. Whoops. Okay. Seems better. Shoot. Hello, friends. If you're here, just going to wait a couple more minutes since it was a last minute jump on here to lead the class today. I forgot to pre-schedule it, I should say. Typically this is Tuesdays or Thursdays, but I do pre-schedule it. So I didn't do that. I was out of town. I was up in the mountains in North Carolina, checked out completely from work, which I absolutely needed. Just got back. Was it Monday night or Tuesday night? I don't recall now. So I taught my class yesterday on the beach, and that was wonderful. But here we are for Power Hour now. If you are here from Florida, from South Florida, please let me know. I know there's a bunch of people jumping on here from all over. I have a bunch of subscribers from, I have no idea where. Tell me where you're from. Tell me why you're here. Hopefully, you're here to practice with me. Let me know if you are. And we'll begin shortly. I just give it a couple minutes for everyone to jump on here so we can do the practice together. If you're not familiar with Power Hour, it is a mindful fitness, functional fitness inspired practice. So typically, of course, I teach a lot of yoga based practices. In fact, most of my teaching is yoga, but here I like to implement some functional fitness into our practice. All right, you guys. So let me know if you're here from Florida. I want to know if my peoples are here. If you are here, say hello. Tell me where you're at. And again, we'll begin in just a couple of minutes. Oh man. Tell me where you are right now. Tell me if you're from Florida. About 2 more minutes, we'll get started. I definitely need this practice today. Wow. Need to move some energy for sure. Oh boy. We got one more minute here. After the 1 minute mark, once I get to about 1:08, we'll start, and I will not be able to read comments. So speak now, or I will not be able to respond. If you are here for this practice today and you have any specific requests, also feel free to put them in the chat before we begin. All right, looks like we're coming up on time here. All right, friends, welcome. Hopefully you can hear me. Can anyone give me a heads up, by the way, with sound? Can you just tell me if sound is working well? I'm using my AirPod today. Nothing fancy, just direct line. What's up, Griffin? All right. Again, friends, if you're here from South Florida, please let me know. If you're here from my Sunset Beach Yoga community, I'd like to know. I know that, again, there's people that are from all over that show up on these feeds, literally all over the world. So I don't know a bunch of you guys, but I hope you're here for the right reasons. And if you want to roll out a mat and join me for this practice, please feel free. This one might only be a live stream. I might not keep this one up after. I do have previous episodes that I have streamed and kept up. Okay. All right, you guys, we're going to begin. So the intention of this practice and all of these power hours is to just raise some energy a natural way using all of the systems of our own body instead of having to reach for caffeine or anything that would otherwise actually tax our adrenals instead of supporting our system to find some energy to make it through not just our day but our week. Number one way we get to do that is through our breath and, of course, through some movement, but we want some conscious movement. So a lot of times when our body is stressed or strained or holding tension, it actually takes away from our energy. And when we open up those channels, engage our core correctly, and move some of the energy through the body, then of course we free up some energy as well so that we have more energy to move through our day. So we're going to do a little bit of both. Of course, a full yoga practice does that very well, but today and in all these power hours, again, the focus is more strength-based. So just keep that in mind. This is a more strength-based practice. So I am implementing functional fitness along with yoga. So it's not really just yoga. It's a little bit of mix, even Pilates stuff in here as well. Okay. So most important is that we're just going to take a moment to ground. So I want everyone to just sit. If you're here with me, sit with a tall spine. If you'd like to, you can place some yoga blocks or one yoga block under your hips. It is a nice way to elevate the spine so that if you feel like your hips are really tight, you can always sit up nice and tall. Roll the shoulders back a couple times, so opening the chest, very important. Getting the energy to flow freely through the upper body. Let's take a deep breath in, bring your shoulders up, and exhale out of the mouth. Let the shoulders drop. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, bring them up. Exhale, let them drop. And 1 more time. Inhale, up. And exhale, let them drop. Keep your shoulders down and back. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Let the diaphragm expand. And exhale, keep the mouth closed. Exhale into the back of the throat. So this is called the Ujjayi breath. Most of you guys know this. If you're in my practice on the beach, inhale through the nose, fill the diaphragm. And exhale through the back of the throat. we'll do one round of a breath called Kapalabhati. In this breath, we're quickly exhaling out of the nose and we're engaging the transverse abdominals with the exhale. So it looks like this. You can go faster or slower, rather, or faster, depending on your experience with this breath. We'll go for about 30 seconds when you're ready. Exhale all the way out. Squeeze the breath out of the body. Squeeze it out. Hold your breath out. Pull your belly button in towards your spine. Pull up on the muscles at the base of your pelvis. So your breath is out and you're squeezing, creating a little vacuum. Keep holding. And then inhale all the breath into the body. Sit up as tall as you can. Roll the shoulders back. Hold your breath in, stretching the diaphragm. Pausing. Sip a little bit more breath in if you can. Just a little of air. Soften the shoulders, soften the neck. And then exhale, let it all out. If you have a block underneath you, go ahead and release it. Good. We're going to go ahead and pull the legs into the body now. Just lean back, squeeze yourself into a little ball, hugging yourself in nice and tight, and then go ahead and lean back and lift your feet up off the ground. So finding your transverse abdominals again, pulling the shoulders down and back. We're going to lift our feet up parallel to the ground if possible. And if you want to go a little higher into a full Navasana position, you can. But if your hamstrings are still tight, go ahead and keep your legs maybe parallel to the ground, feet out in front of you. And we're going to start by waking up our core. So firing up our center, our solar plexus, holding. And then we're going to lower down to a half Navasana or half boat pose, Ardha Navasana, without letting the shoulder blades touch the ground. Keep your feet out in front of you. Soften the neck, soften the chest, holding. Just breathing here. So we're feeling our solar plexus again, waking up, nice breath in. As you exhale, come back up, lift your chest straight up to the sky, feet out in front. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, and exhale up. Good. Inhale down, bring your hands together, heart center. This time, exhale over to the left. Whew. Now remember that I'm mirrored here, so it might look like it's to the right. Exhale to the right. Just go the opposite, or go rather what I'm saying rather than what you're seeing. Inhale, exhale, switch. Keep going. Inhale, exhale, switch, twisting. Inhale, exhale, switch. One more each way. Exhale, switch, and we'll end off on the right side. And switch. Good. Lay all the way back down onto the ground and pull the knees into the body and roll a little side to side. Woo. So nice way to wake up. Just one moment here. Let me check. Alrighty, cool. Side to side, everybody. Come back to center. Take a pause. Extend your left foot down toward the ground. Pull the right knee in toward your body. Keep your head down if possible. Pull the shoulder back. Good. Just squeezing right knee up and in toward the shoulder. Nice breath in. And then exhale. Go ahead and switch. Let's bring left knee into the body. Right foot straight down toward the ground. Pull the left knee up and in toward your left shoulder. Pull the shoulders down. Keep your head on the ground. And then we'll switch again. Right knee draws in, left foot comes down to the ground, shoulders pull down and back. So we're strengthening the back, but also opening the front at the same time. And we're going to do a little twist. So we're going to bring right knee across the body over to the left. Ooh, I got all these adjustments down my spine there. Right arm out to the right. Right knee to the left, right arm out to the right. Again, just being conscious that there is a mirror effect here on the YouTube, on the front facing camera. All right. Nice big spinal twist. And then we're going to switch, finish your breath. Go ahead and draw the right knee back in. Left knee in follows. Squeeze as you exhale. Right foot down. Left knee in. And then switch. Left arm out to the left. Left knee over to the right. I got another spinal adjustment there. Whew. Let's take a deep breath in. Exhale, finish the twist. back to center. Both knees back into the body. Squeeze them in. Roll a little if you'd like to. We're still waking up. I know I am. My body's still waking up. Come back to center. Legs to 90 degrees. I'm going to actually just switch my mat here really quick, or just move it around a little bit, just a little angle switch. All right, so legs to 90 degrees, arms out to the side like a T, and we're going to tick-tock these legs, but what I want you to do is focus on your core. You're going to lower those legs halfway down over to the right, keeping your knees at 90 degrees. You're going to inhale over to the right, press into your right hand, and then as you exhale, you're going to pull those legs back to center and press your lower back down to the ground, down to the mat. Okay, inhale over to the left halfway, breathing in. Don't let the knees touch. And then exhale as you squeeze them back to center and press the lower back down to the ground. Again, inhale to the right, halfway down. Exhale, squeeze back to center. Inhale to the left. Exhale again, squeeze back to center using those obliques and press the lower back to the ground again. To the right. Exhale, squeeze. And last time to the left, inhale. And exhale, squeeze back to center. Very good. Hold your legs where they are. Interlace your hands behind your head, elbows out to the side. Good. So from here, we're going to lift the shoulder blades up off the ground, and you're just holding your legs here. And all we're going to do is tap the toes to the ground. So you're going to barely touch the toes to the ground. Take a breath in. And then as you exhale, lift them up. Inhale, tap. Exhale again, you're pressing your lower back down to the ground. Inhale, tap. Exhale, squeeze. Shoulder blades up if you can. Inhale, you can lower just a little with the upper back. Exhale, squeeze. And last time. Inhale, tap. And exhale, squeeze. Good. Go ahead and lower the upper back. You can draw the knees back in one more time. And we'll do a little stretch from here, feet hip width apart, coming into a bridge pose. So feet are hip width apart in bridge, hands down by your sides. Go ahead and wiggle your elbows into the body. And when you're ready, lift your hips straight up so your feet are directly underneath your knees. Hips go up toward the sky, pressing the hips up. Breathe into the belly, inflate it like a balloon. Exhale, empty. So lengthening through the psoas here as you inhale, belly inflates. Exhale, empty. And last time, inhale, inflate. And exhale, let's go ahead and lower back down to the ground. Good. Go ahead and hug those knees in one more time. Roll a little right and left. And then we're going to roll up to a seated position or rock forward and back. So just give yourself a little spinal massage as you do that. And then we're going to come all the way up to a seated position. All right, friends, perfect. So go ahead and come sideways on your mat. We're going to come actually into a side plank. So instead of, again, this is different from yoga. This is kind of a functional fitness situation. So if you're here for the yoga, of course, just bear with me and enjoy the practice because it's also very beneficial. So different options in a side plank. Come to the right side of your mat. Again, just know that we're being mirrored here. Right side of your mat. In a regular side plank, we're stacking our ankles and the shoulders, right? If you want a modification, you can bring, this is different, you can bring the right knee down like so, all right? So it's completely up to you. Left arm is going to come up toward the sky. Inhale, look up towards your hand. And as you exhale, we're going to thread that left arm underneath. And as you thread, I want you to focus on engaging your obliques, the right side there. And as you inhale, we're going to lift up. So you can do this in plank as well. As you exhale, reaching underneath you a little. And as you inhale, open up. It's easier with the right knee down though. As you exhale again, thread underneath. Inhale, open. 2 more times. Exhale, thread. Inhale, open. And last time, exhale, thread. And inhale, open. Now lift your hips further from the ground. Lift your hand up and over the head. Squeeze those obliques again, side body. And then go ahead and lift your left hand up. Exhale, you can go ahead and lower back down to the ground onto that right hip. Good. And then we're just going to switch. So go ahead and switch to the other side. And I'm actually going to face this way. So you guys can get a different angle here. Also understand the alignment. So left side of the mat, go ahead and find your side plank, whether it's on that left knee like so, otherwise stacking the feet or the ankles. Right hand to the sky, breathe in, look up. As you exhale, we're going to thread right arm underneath. Inhale, right hand up. Exhale, thread. Inhale, lift up. Just doing the other option. Exhale, thread. Again, inhale, up. Exhale, thread. And last time, we inhale, reach up. This time, let's reach over the head. Lift your left hip further from the ground. Maybe you want to stack those ankles and do that. Squeeze the side body there. Inhale, right hand back up. And then exhale, we're going to lower down to the ground. Good. Switch to face forward. Good. Hands out in front. We're going to come to a plank position. So first on all fours. Find your hands underneath your shoulders, keeping the shoulders forward. Step your feet back one at a time and find plank. Most commonly wrong maneuver, I should say. A lot of people do plank wrong. I don't know why my light just went out here. One sec. Keeping the hips low if possible. I guess that's done now. So sometimes people lift your hips up. If you can, keep them low. Keep the spine aligned. Top of the head to the tailbone in one line. Holding, press through the palms firmly. And then just go ahead and press your hips back to a little downward facing dog. Hips down, or heels down rather, hips up. So downward facing dog. Nice stretch of the chest. When you're ready, back to plank. Inhale forward. And then exhale, we're going to lower down like a push-up, but elbows hug the body. So chaturanga, extend your legs, point the toes a little bit. On your inhale, come to a cobra. Shoulders down, chest forward. Exhale, lower back down. Inhale again to cobra. Use your back muscles. Less hands. Exhale, back down. And last time, another cobra. Inhale up, shoulders back. This time, I want you to lower down to a baby cobra and lift your hands up off the ground. So you're squeezing your shoulder blades back and down, elbows in toward the body. Open the front body and then exhale back down. Lift up through your knees and press back to child's pose. Just briefly getting a nice opening of the chest, upper body, underarms, shoulders. Taking a little rest here, we'll take an inhale and a nice long exhale. Good. Inhale back up to all fours. Let's go ahead and come up to the knees this time. I don't know what happened to my light. I just got this light and now it's not working. This thing's crappy. Anyways, all right, you guys. So let's go ahead and step our right foot out to the right. So on the knees, right foot out to the right, facing forward. From here, we're going to bring the right hand down to the thigh, left arm to the sky, reach up and over the head. So nice side body stretch. Nice deep breath as you reach and lengthen. And then from here, we're going to actually bring that left hand down to the ground and lift the right foot out from that side. So right foot is pressing out or down. Right arm's going to come up and over the head. And then we're going to kick the right foot out in front if you can. Kick it out in front of you. Extend that right hand up and over the head, and then go ahead and kick that right foot all the way back behind you. Bend your knee, grab the ankle, pull that heel in toward the body. So a big quad stretch at the same time, rolling the shoulder back, maybe opening the chest and looking up. Good. Let's go ahead and release that foot again. Hand goes back over the head, and one more time, kicking that foot out in front of you. Lift it and hold it if you can, parallel to the ground. Breathe. And again, reach it all the way back behind you. Bend your knee, catch the foot, pull the heel into the body. Nice breath in, shoulders back. Exhale, release the foot. This time, go ahead and bring the knee down to the ground and come up back to your knees. Other side. Left foot steps out, left hand to the thigh, right hand to the sky. Open, lengthen right hand up and over the head. Deep breath. Stretch, and then go ahead and bring right hand down to the ground. Left foot is going to lift up, press through the heel. Extend out through that leg nice and strong. Remember, the head is an extension of the rest of the spine. Then go ahead and bring left hand over the head and kick the left foot out in front of you. See if you can hold it hip height. Hold it, breathe, and then kick it all the way back behind you. Bend your knee, catch the foot or the ankle, pull the heel in towards your body, roll the shoulder back, eyes up, breathe. Good, release the foot, left hand back up, left foot out in front of you, kick it forward, hold again, see if you can hold it hip height, and then all the way back behind you one more time, kicking or rather pulling that heel in as you open the chest. And let's go ahead and release the foot. Left knee back to the ground, coming back up to the knees. Beautiful. And let's stretch the front of the body now. So we got the side bodies activated and stretched. We're going to go into a little back bend, hand to the lower back. You can tuck your toes under here, a little bit of a camel pose. So we're going to lift the chest, shoulders, and elbows back. If you can reach for your heels, of course, that's a nice option. Lifting the heart, press the hips forward. If you can't reach the heels, just keep your chin slightly tucked, hands to the lower back. Open, tucking the chin, coming back up. Press the hips forward to lift back up. Good. From here, you can bring your hands to the ground, bring your knees together, sit back on your heels. Take a moment of rest if you need. Take a breather, not too long. We're going to keep our heart rate up today. Couple long, slow breaths. Good. Come back to your mat, or rather facing forward on your mat, back to all fours. So back to a tabletop position, nice and even. Hips are underneath, knees are under the hips, hands are under the shoulders. You're going to press firmly into the palms, lift your knees, and hover the knees. So again, don't let your chest fall here. We're pressing away from the ground. And then start to press back to a charging dog. So charging dog is downward facing dog with bent knees. Hips scooping up toward the sky. Heels aren't on the ground yet because their knees are bent. We're just pressing back and up with bent knees. Good. And then let's go ahead and start to paddle the legs. So we didn't do that yet. Let's go ahead and just paddle one side to the next. One heel comes down to the ground, followed by the other, just opening up calves, hamstrings, back to center. When you're ready, come back to a plank position. Finding plank. Now open up the feet a little wider than hip width apart. This will help with our 3 points of contact, which I just did. So from here, you're going to lift your left hand from the ground, holding plank. Find 3 points of contact, either left hand to the right shoulder or left hand out to the left if you want to make it more challenging. Holding 3 points of contact, and then lower the hand and switch. Right hand lifts and grabs left shoulder or right arm out to the right. Good. And then lower. One more time, left hand to right shoulder or left arm out to the left, just holding. If you want to add a challenge, you can lift your right foot. So left hand is lifted, right foot is lifted. Woo. And then lower and switch. Right hand up and maybe left foot up. Hold and lower. Press back to downward facing dog. Woo. Breathe. A little rest in between. We're going to walk our feet up toward our hands. Find a little ragdoll for a moment. You can let everything hang freely. Shift a little weight right and left. Getting those hamstrings lengthening and opening a little bit more. Big breath in, exhale, you can let go of everything. Now to come up to a standing position, you can place your hands together at heart center, chin to the chest, pull your belly button into the spine, and slowly, with bent knees if you need, roll up one vertebra at a time. So take your time as you pull the navel in and up to protect the lower back. Coming up to a standing position, shoulders roll back. Good, finding a samastiti. So balancing between right and left side, we're going to bring our weight into the left foot. Come to the right toes, slide that right foot closer to you if you need to. And we're going to stand tall through that left side. Lift the right knee, pull the knee into the body. Standing up tall. If this is already a challenge for you, great. Just work on balancing and standing up tall. Otherwise, hands to your hips. When you're ready, you're going to press that right foot out in front of you. So I want you to go ahead and kick that heel forward. Flowing to flex the toes. Breathe. Exhale, bend your right knee. Go ahead and send that right foot back. We're finding a little Dikasana, which is a airplane pose essentially. Good. And then as much grace and control as possible, can you float the right toes back behind you? And we're going to find a lunge. Inhale, hands come up and over the head. Reaching up, and then exhale, I want you to open the arms, bring the chest forward, sweep the hands out in front of you, and come back up to a lunge. Breathe in, exhale, open the arms, bring your chest forward. Inhale, sweep the hands forward and up, and come to a lunge. Last time, exhale, open the chest, bring your chest forward. Inhale, sweep the hands forward and up. Finding that lunge. Good. Now bring your hands together at heart center. You can step the back foot up a couple inches if possible. Excuse me, if necessary. And see if you can float that right foot back up to standing. Breathe in. And then exhale, float the right foot back down to the ground. Good. We're going to switch. Bring that left foot closer to the right if you need to. Otherwise, go ahead and stand tall through that right foot. Lift the left foot, flex it, pull the heel or pull the knee into the body. And when you're ready, press that heel forward. Hands can come to the hips. Shoulders draw down and back. Point or flex the toes, by the way. And then let's go ahead and bend that knee. Send that left foot back for Dikasana. Arms come out, finding that airplane. See if you can drop that left hip down. So a lot of times people try to lift that left hip. See, I lose my balance already. Keep it square to the ground. Take a breath in and then exhale. Step the left foot back. Inhale, hands go up, finding the lunge. Lifting. Good. And then exhale, arms out to the side, chest forward. Inhale, hands come forward and up. Reach up. Exhale, open the arms, chest forward. And again, inhale, hands come up. I think let's do one more. Exhale, open and forward. Last time. Let's come up to a lunge. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, hands together at heart center. We're going to step that left foot up. So lean forward, bring your weight into that front foot, step the back foot up a little if you need to. And then you're going to bring left knee up, breathe in, exhale, left foot down. Good. Back to Samasthiti. Release your arms down by your sides. Inhale, hands up. Reach up toward the sky. Exhale, Utkatasana. Hips go back, hands go forward and up. Good. So nice and strong through the center. Chest is lifted. Shoulders are down. Hips are moving back. Good. See if you can lower those arms a little bit more, but don't let the hands fall. Just keep reaching forward and up. Arms out to the side like airplane wings. Squeezing your shoulder blades back and together. And then inhale again. Hands forward and up. Maybe lift those hands up a little higher. Hips go down. Exhale, forward fold. Draw yourself in. Stretch the hamstrings. Take another breath. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Good. Let's go ahead and lift the chest a little. Bring the hands or fingertips to the earth and step the left foot back into a long lunge. Go ahead and bend the right knee over the ankle. So we're in a nice long lunge. Right knee is over the ankle, not past. So if you find yourself like this, I want you to bring that right foot all the way up so that you're in a long lunge like so. All right. Now from here, come to the fingertips. If you need yoga blocks, it's a nice option to come bringing your hands on yoga blocks like this. Otherwise, lower that back knee to the ground. We're going to do little knee taps. Take a breath in. Then as you exhale, you're going to press through that heel. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Last time. Inhale, lower. And then exhale, press that heel straight back behind you. Lower the left hand down to the ground. We're going to reach the right hand up toward the sky for a twist. So shoulder pulls back, eyes go up toward the ceiling. Keep drawing the right hip back. Keep pressing through the left heel. You're going to take one more breath in. And then exhale, right hand down to the ground. Lower down to that right knee. Good. From here, let's bring that right foot over to the right and slide your hand to the inside of your right foot. Again, if you need support, you can always use the blocks. Right foot is to the outside of your right hand. Holding here, squeeze that right knee into the tricep. Breathe. If you want more, lift your back knee from the ground, press through the heel. Squeeze your right knee into the body, take one more breath. And without lifting the right foot, excuse me, without dragging it, can you pick the right foot up and step it back to plank? Exhale, we're going to lower down. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. I'm sticking with cobra today. Exhale back to downward facing dog when you're ready. Pressing back through both feet, allowing the head to hang freely. We're going to step the left foot up between the hands. If you want to lift the foot first, you're welcome to. Taking a nice breath in, and then exhale, step the foot forward up between the hands. And again, make sure that knee is over the ankle. So if you only got that foot halfway up, go ahead and bring it all the way up. If you need your blocks, you can grab them if you have them. Otherwise, when you're ready, lower the back knee down to the ground. Just tap it down nice and soft. And then exhale, you're going to press through that heel. So engaging the legs. Inhale, lower the knee, tap it. Exhale, press. Couple more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. And last time. Inhale, lower. And exhale, press. Press strong through that back heel. Press it back. Right hand stays down under the shoulder. Left arm goes up to the sky. Eyes go to the ceiling. Shoulders pull back. Breathe. Breathing in and exhale. Maybe opening a little more. Shoulders pull back. Keep pressing through the right heel. One more breath in. Eyes up. Exhale, left hand to the ground. You can lower down to the back knee, walk your left foot out to the left a couple inches, slide your hand to the inside of the foot. Both hands are under the shoulders. Remember the mirror effect here. So even though I'm saying left, it probably looks like my right on the camera just because of the front facing camera. We're staying here, pulling left knee into the tricep or lifting the back knee from the ground. So you can keep the back knee on the ground or lift it. Breathe though, shoulders pull back. One more breath. Keep pressing through that back heel. Good. Without dragging your left foot, can you pick it up and send it back to plank? Pick it up and send it back. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog or cobra. I'm doing upward face this time. Eyes up if you're an upward facing dog. Exhale back to downward facing dog. Whew. Press back through the heels and let's breathe. One more breath. Good. Lifting the right foot back to the sky. Inhale. Exhale. Let's go ahead and step the right foot up between the hands. Now we're going to swivel to the left. I'm sorry about the mirror effect. I know it looks like the opposite. Swivel to the left, coming into a nice long straddle. And again, if you have yoga blocks, they are helpful. If you have really tight hamstrings, I'm just grabbing them here. I always recommend them, you guys. All right, so find a nice long straddle, nice long spine, open legs. Now what we don't want is a rounded spine. So none of this happening. What we want is to press those hips back, pull the ribs in, pull the shoulders back, and find that length from the tailbone to the top of the head. This is why yoga blocks can be helpful to find that length. All right, so again, tailbone to the top of the head, nice and long. Look at your feet, make sure they're parallel. So you know toes turned out, not yet, not in this pose, toes straight forward. Finding that length through the spine. Eventually, when you have that length and you have the integrity in the core, when you fold in, you'll keep the length. So that's what we're going for. We're going to fold in, walk the hands back, hips are up, head down toward the ground. It may or may not touch today. If you have a more open straddle, of course, your feet come closer together. If you're tighter in the hamstrings, maybe your feet open a little wider. Go ahead and take a nice breath in. As you exhale, draw yourself in a little deeper. So maybe you want to walk your hands underneath you a little bit more and fold in, finishing your exhale out. And then go ahead and walk your hands back forward. We're going to open up our feet if you did shorten them, like I did. If your feet are already in a wide stance, keep them there. And we're going to walk to the right foot, which might look like the left on your camera, but we're walking over to the right foot and you're going to turn your right toes out a little bit. So turn the right toes out and we're dropping into this hip. As we drop into this hip, the opposite toes lift up toward the sky. Working on getting the heel down to the ground. It may or may not happen today, but if you can, go ahead and bring it down, hands together, heart center. Breathing into this right hip. Nice breath in. And then exhale, go ahead and bring your hands to the ground, press into the foot and switch. Left toes turn out, right toes come up toward the sky. Pressing down through that left heel, working on getting into that left hip. Just breathing into it. And then exhale back over to the other side again, right toes out, coming back here. Couple breaths. Next option, instead of using your hands, if you really want to try, you're going to press firmly into the right foot and come up and over to the left. So that's the more advanced option, right? Take a breath in, press into the left foot and switch over to the right. Good. We're going to do this a couple more times. Press and to the left. Again, if you need to use your hands, do it. And back over to the right. Good. We'll bring hands back down, come back to center, rotate the toes back forward, make sure the feet are parallel to the front and back of your mat, the outsides of your feet rather. Come to a long spine. If you need your block, you could place it underneath you, directly down underneath your head with a long spine, all right? We're going to keep left hand down now on the ground or on a block, right hand to the sky, coming into a twist, eyes go up past your right hand or toward the ceiling, navel drawing in, ribs pulling in, shoulders pulling down and back. One more breath, reaching up. And then exhale, look down and switch your hands. So right hand comes down to the ground or to a block with a long spine, rolling the shoulders back, eyes up, left hand to the sky. Fingers spread. Nice deep breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale, look down, left hand to the ground. Now, we're going to walk our hands back and grab our hips, hands to the hips. Bend your knees if you have to with a flat back, navel drawing in. We're going to come up to a standing position. Take your time, please, coming up. At the top, if you'd like to, a little bit of a back bend, hips forward, shoulders back, eyes up, back to center when you're ready. So we're going to turn our toes out from here, turn them out, and then bend your knees, coming into a little bit of a squat. As you do that, hands are going to come to your knees. So bracing your knees with your hands, make sure the knees are open wide enough. Take a deep breath in. We're going to do another twist here. We're going to bring left shoulder down, look over the right shoulder. It's really good for the spine. Should feel really good. Inhale back to center with your breath. Again, switch. Inhale back to center. Exhale, switch. And with the breath, one more time. Inhale and exhale, switch. Looking all the way over the shoulder. Come back to center. Now we're going to hold this position, right? Like the Shaolin monks, just holding this position, keeping those knees bent and pulling them back towards your pinky toes. So it's a nice big squat position, but we're waking up and strengthening our glutes, our adductors, our hips, all of our roots, and just holding this position and seeing if we can get down a little bit lower. So hips down, slight tuck of the tailbone, pressing the pelvis forward, keeping those knees wide, keeping the shoulders back. If you want, you can bring your hands together. You can bring them out in front of you. You can bring them up. It's a little bit harder. I like to sometimes just bring them to heart center and hold. We're just holding, waking up. Keep scooping those hips forward. And then go ahead and straighten the legs. Very good. Now rotate. Remember the mirror position. Rotate the left toes in the same direction you're facing. And then rotate your right toes all the way to the... Oh, I think I just lost my AirPod. One sec. Switch. Hope it's gonna work. If not, it is what it is. All right, you guys. So right toes out to the right, left toes out in front of you. We're coming into a Trikonasana pose. So arms are going to come out to the side. We're going to reach forward and then hinge. Right hand down to the shin, left hand to the sky. If you can come a little lower, that's cool. Otherwise, try not to fall into it. If you can, continue to lengthen and lift. Left hand up and then maybe over the head if you want to, extending up and over the head, getting that nice big side body stretch as you reach. Good. Eyes up if possible. Inhale that hand back to the sky. And you can bring your gaze to neutral or down. Soften that right knee a little bit, press into the big toe, and use your obliques again, like we did at the beginning, to pull yourself up to a standing position. And then switch. Right toes face forward, left toes face the back. And when you're ready, inhale, extend forward through the left hand and hinge. Left hand to the shin, right hand to the sky. Try not to dump forward if you can. Continue to open and lengthen through the top of the head. Right hand up, and then maybe over the head if you'd like to, extending and reaching, lengthening through the right side. Continue to breathe. Reaching. Right hand back up. Look forward or down. Bend into that left knee a little bit. Press into the big toe and pull yourself back up to center one more time. Both toes face forward again. We're going to bring hands back to the lower back, fingertips facing up if you can manage. Make sure those toes are straight forward. Don't let them turn out here. You're going to lift your chest, pull the shoulders down, navel in, and exhale. As you're ready, keep drawing the navel in. Keep hugging the ribs in as you fold into that forward fold. Hands down to the ground, finding that stretch one more time. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, draw yourself in a little deeper. This hamstring stretch should be a little more welcome now after that first one. One more breath. And exhale, fold. Beautiful. Go ahead and start to come out of that a little bit. All we're going to do now is walk over to this right foot, swivel that left foot back into a lunge, and we're going to step right foot back. You can find plank or downward facing dog for a moment, and then we'll vinyasa. So lower down, upward facing dog or cobra, breathing in. And when you're ready, back to downward facing dog. Pressing back through the heels. Very good. Let's go ahead and come back to a seated position. Or I guess we didn't, yeah, I wouldn't say back, but we started in a seated position. So go ahead and come to a seat and we'll do some side body stretches. I think this is less power hour and more of a balanced practice today. When you're ready, we're going to bring right hand down to our hip, or down by our side rather. Left hand up toward the sky, reach up as high as you can first. Keep the left hip grounded and reach over to the right. Again, stretching through that left side body. Right hand can walk over to the right a little bit more if you're more open. Go ahead and reach over. Left hand back up, come up, and then exhale, bring that left hand back behind you, all the way back. All right, left hand back behind you. Right hand is going to reach up, and we're going to pulse this hand a little bit. So I want you to open the chest, pulsing that right hand back. Get a nice open shoulder there. Good, one more breath. And back up to center. Bring the right hand down, left hand out to the left, right hand up and over the head. Stretch through that whole right side body. Ground through the right hip. Right hand is going to come back up. Breathe in. Exhale, bring that right hand back behind you like a kickstand. You're going to lean back a little. Left hand is going to reach up, and we're going to pulse this left hand back. I am really tight in my lats and shoulders. I can feel that. Good. Back up to center. Come up. We're going to lift the right hand back up. Bend your right elbow. Grab the elbow point with the left hand. Move that right hand down the back. Stretch through that right tricep area into the lat as well. Of course, we're breathing. And let's go ahead and bring that right arm across the body. Stretch the deltoid. Right shoulder draws down. And we're going to switch. Left arm up. Bend the elbow. Grab the elbow with the right hand. Breathe. And stretch the deltoid. Left arm across the body. Shoulder drops down. Breathe into it. I like to stretch my neck at the same time. You can see if you pull your head away from the opposite shoulder there, or from the shoulder, I should say, then it stretches into the neck as well. All right, you guys, roll the shoulders. We're going to come back into some movement, some core strengthening. Just like to keep the practice balanced. So we strengthen and then stretch, strengthen and stretch. Coming forward, bring your legs back. We're going to come into onto our forearms, I should say, into a plank. So go ahead and interlace the fingers like so. Find your forearms on the ground in a triangle, all right? And then go ahead and bring your feet back to plank. All right, so heels pressing back. Make sure the elbows are underneath the shoulders. We're going to do some presses. So we're going to inhale forward. Exhale, press back through the heels. Keep the hips up. Inhale forward, coming on the toes. Exhale, press through the heels. Little heel presses, inhale forward. Exhale back. Again, inhale forward. Exhale back. And last time, inhale forward. And exhale back. Now find neutral. Come somewhere in the center and just hold. Hold. Don't let those hips drop. Don't let them lift. Keep yourself, if you can, in one line. Keep pressing through the elbows. Keep pressing. One more breath in. And exhale, lower the knees down to the ground. You can walk your hands back. Find a quick little child's pose. Hips back to the heels, forehead down to the ground. Just a little rest. Nice breath. And a long exhale. When you're ready, come back up. We're going to swing those legs forward so you can bring them through. You could jump through if you want to work on jumping through. You come to downward facing dog. Look between your hands on a block, on blocks if you'd like to. Otherwise, look through. Swing those legs forward. I don't expect you guys to do it, but if you want to play with it, you can. Bring your feet to hip width apart. Coming into this nice little crab position. Hands are going to come behind you, about 8 inches. Fingertips facing forward. If you need to turn them out a little bit, that's okay too. All right, so just feel your wrists out. Feet hip width apart. You're going to press into the feet, lift your hips, press into the heel, hips to the sky, engage your glutes. So squeezing, holding, and then you're going to inhale, lower down. Exhale, press. Squeeze. Inhale down. Exhale, press. Again, inhale down. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze. And last time, inhale down. And exhale, squeeze. Good. Lower it back down. Now we're going to do one leg at a time. So we did 2. We're going to extend the left leg forward and just bring that right foot down to the ground, knee bent. It's too much for you. Again, you can always just do 2, or if you want, you can place your left foot on the right ankle if that is available for you as well. We're going to take a breath. When you're ready, go ahead and point the left toes if you can, or flex or point, and press through the right heel and lift, right? Like so, and lower. Exhale, squeeze and lift. And lower. Exhale, lift. And lower. Squeeze and lift. And lower. 2 more times. And lower. And last time. Squeeze. And lower. Good. Other side. Right leg extends forward. Point or flex the foot. Take a breather. When you're ready, we're going to press through the heel and lift. Good. Engaging that left glute. Inhale. And squeeze. And lower. Exhale, squeeze. Lift and lower. Couple more. Keep lifting those hips up as high as you can, engaging the glutes. Squeeze at the top and lower. And last time, lift, squeeze, and lower. Very good. Hug the legs into the body. Give yourself a nice quick little hug there. And then when you're ready, you're going to bring your hands back behind you one more time. So right where they were, lean back, lift your feet. We kind of did this at the beginning, but on our back. So the feet are lifted. Knees are drawing into the body, right? Like toe taps. You're going to lift. Now we're going to lift those legs as high as you can. It doesn't matter, even if they're just here, right? And tap the toes. Good. If you can, lift and squeeze. And tap the toes. Good. Squeeze, shoulders back. And tap the toes. And squeeze. And tap the toes. Very good. You guys go ahead and lift your feet up off the ground. Let them hover. Lift your hands up off the ground. Hug your knees in, squeezing everything into the body. So again, we're just finding this little float using our transverse abdominals. Now we're going to come back onto our backs. So go ahead and roll down. Roll a little. Right and left. Massage the lower back. Might get little adjustments in the lower back. Good. And then from here, let's go ahead and extend the left heel or left foot down to the ground, but don't let the foot touch this time. Let's keep it hovered. Right knee draws into the body. And then you're going to curl your forehead, or your nose rather, towards your right knee. Hug it in. Lift your shoulder blades up off the ground. Exhale, switch. Kind of like a little bicycle. Knee to the nose. Inhale, exhale, switch. Inhale, exhale, switch. Now keep your neck soft. Can you keep all of the attention on your core as you do this bicycle action? Shoulder blades are drawing up off the ground. You're getting a nice stretch of the hip. At the same time, you're waking up the core. A couple more. Keep breathing. And we'll finish off with that left side and lay back down on the ground. Roll a little right and left. Whew. All right, you guys. You can bring the feet flat to the ground. Readjust yourself on the mat like I need to. Arms up to the side like a T. So we did the TikToks with the knees to 90 degrees before. Now we're going to see if we can get them with them straighter or straight, legs up. Right? So legs up, even if your knees have to be bent a little bit, you're working on getting them up. And we're going to lower them down this time. We'll start on the left. So lower them down halfway over to the left if you can. Press into the left hand. Squeeze. We're using our obliques. Exhale back to center. Lower back to the ground. Inhale halfway over to the right. Exhale back to center. Again, inhale to the left. If you need to micro bend those knees or even bend them, you can. It's a good modification. Exhale back. Lower back to the ground. Inhale halfway to the right. Press into the palm. Exhale back to center. One more each way. Inhale, maybe a little lower to the left. Shoulders back. Exhale to center and over to the right. And back to center. Good. Knees in. I cheated on that last one. Knees in. Roll a little right and left. And then go ahead and bring your feet back to the ground, setting up for another bridge. This time we'll get a little tighter, elbows in toward the body, shoulder blades drawing down and back, fingertips reaching toward the heels. And when you're ready, we're going to lift the feet up, the hips up off the ground. This time you can interlace your fingers underneath you. So knuckles interlace, knuckles draw down towards your heels, fingers interlace rather, holding bridge. So just activating the glutes and upper hamstrings. Now, we're going to do one-legged bridge if you can. Stabilizing on just the right foot. Bring your feet a little closer together if you need to. You're going to lift the left foot off the ground and bring it to the sky if possible. If not, you can also just lift it however you can. Lifting it up, engaging just that right side. Pressing through that right foot, big toe, heel, everything, holding. Nice deep breath in. Flex or floint those left toes. Exhale over that left foot. Slowly switch, right foot to the sky. Again, even if you need to, just keep that foot a little bit off the ground, otherwise all the way up if possible. Flex or floint those toes, maybe a combo of both. Keep engaging that left glute. And lower the right foot, back to bridge, both feet ground, press through the feet, lift those hips up, and then unclasp your hands and lower back down to the ground. Pull the knees back into the body, pull the shoulders down, roll a little. Very good. I think today's practice is pretty mellow. Let's do a little hip stretch, right ankle on top of left knee, little figure four. Find a pigeon, grabbing back of the left thigh or the front of the shin. Draw those legs in, shoulders draw down and back. So getting that nice hip stretch, activate the toes or at least flex the feet if possible. Shoulders draw down and back. Long breaths. One more breath. And then switch. Left ankle on top of right knee, make a figure four, and when you're ready, pull those legs in. Again, you can grab the back of the thigh or the front of the shin, flex the feet, pull the shoulders down. Stay with your breath. One more breath on this side. Go ahead and release. Both legs release down to the ground. Good. Let's go ahead and bring the feet together, the knees out to the side for Supta Baddha Konasana, getting a nice stretch of the hips this way. Just want to check my time really quick. Perfecto. All right. So knees out, feet together. Couple breaths. We're almost done, but not quite. Finish a nice long exhale, just melt. When you're ready, let's go ahead and bring the knees back together, pull them back into your body, hug yourself in tightly, squeeze yourself into a little ball. Good. And then legs up toward the sky. Now, stretching the hamstrings here on our back. If you have a strap, I would recommend it. You could wrap the strap around the balls of your feet. I always recommend it if you're here in this practice or even in my classes on the beach. Let me just show. Ooh, I got quite a bit of straps here. I'll make a little prop drawer. You have a strap or a towel or anything, I'll show you how to use this. Wrap it around the balls of your feet rather. Feet up, shoulders down, and then you can flex your feet and draw yourself in here if you're really tight in the hamstrings. Now, the more open you are, of course, the higher you can choke down on the strap, and then eventually you can keep your entire back flat on the ground and grab the outsides of your feet even, or your big toes. So I'm obviously open enough to do that, but if you aren't, you can also hold on to your thighs, your calves, behind your knees, but make sure you're flexing your feet. So that's the trick. Flex your feet, press through the balls of your feet, pull your shoulders down and back. Even if you're shaking a little bit, this is where the strap is good. Keep pressing, stretching those hamstrings, breathing into it. One more breath. And then release, and now just let your feet hover above your hips. So let yourself just rest here for a moment. Feet above your hips, even if your knees are bent, just let them hover, relaxing this position here. Breathe into your belly. Good, and then bend your knees. You can draw them in if you want, feet down to the ground. This time we're going to walk our feet wide to the right and to the left and tick-tock our legs. So bringing the knees in toward the center of the mat. And the feet wide, you want them maybe even off of the mat, ideally, so that the knees can come in toward the center and you feel that nice stretch through the quads, the tops of the thighs into the psoas, that's the hip flexor muscle. But definitely the quads getting a nice stretch here. Tick-tock your legs nice and slow as you breathe. Don't go fast, feel it. Stay in a pose or in a position long enough where you can actually breathe into the stretch that you're feeling. If you're just going really fast, then you're missing it. If you really feel the stretch and allow at least a good, solid, conscious breath, then you're making not just a transformation of the body, but it's really working down into the nervous system and then further into the DNA and into the mind, of course, which everything starts there. Get those areas open. This is a really, really tight, locked up area on a lot of people, including myself. So take your time. We're going to come back to feet together, knees out. Supta Baddha Konasana is what it's called in Sanskrit and yoga. And then press gently into the back of your head, and I want you to scoop the shoulder blades down so the chest is open. Allow your arms to rest either out to your side or down by your side. Just make sure that the shoulder blades are pulling down and back and the front body is open. The head is in a neutral position, rested. And then take a long, slow breath right into your belly, right into the diaphragm. Find the top of your breath and exhale, let it out super slow. Pause at the bottom of your breath and do the same thing once again. So inhale even slower if you can. Find the very top of your inhale and pause. And then let your exhale out even longer and slower than your inhale. And maybe find that pause. When you're ready, you can bring your knees back together and extend your legs all the way down to the ground for a quick little Shavasana. We'll just let our legs come down, reach the hands up and over the head, find a big stretch of the body. Big breath in, stretch, engage, and then as you exhale, just go ahead and relax. Now you can let your arms stay up or you can bring them down by your sides, but just let your whole body relax on the ground for a moment. Finding that neutral position once again, this time palms facing up if they're not already. We're going to be silent and still for a minute. Allow your breath to naturally slow. If you want to stay attentive to it, you're welcome to. Maybe practice some long, slow, conscious breaths, just keeping your awareness on it. Also noticing the rise and fall of your navel. So as you breathe, allow your belly to also move, not just your chest. Feeling your physical heart beating, but allowing your body to remain still and relaxed. With each breath, relaxing all of the muscles and the bones and the tendons and the ligaments, letting everything just soften. And go ahead and take a long breath back in and open your mouth and exhale out of it. Begin to wiggle your fingers and toes again. Rolling the wrists and the ankles if you'd like to. We're going to stretch the body once again. Feet directly below you. Hands can come above your head if you'd like to. Big good morning stretch, and then slowly pulling the legs, or rather bending your knees, I should say, first, and then tuck your tailbone. Press the lower back down to the ground. So engage the core as you lift the knees up into the body. Wrap your arms around your legs. Squeeze them in. Roll a little right and left. Finding that lower back massage again. And you can either roll to one side and pause for a moment before coming up to a seated position. Or if you'd like to just roll forward and back and come straight up, that's up to you. Completely up to you. Take your time though, whatever you're doing. Go slow and find your way back up to your seat. And before we close, I'm just coming near you guys so I can see you guys. Perfect. All right. Before we take off here, if you guys want to take off, you can. Otherwise, if you're still with me, if you did do the practice, I encourage just a moment of reflection. Take a moment to just close your eyes. You could place one hand or both hands over your heart, or one hand over your belly, one hand over your heart, or both hands at heart center. As you close your eyes, just take a moment to acknowledge this beautiful vessel, this body that's done everything that it did today and all that it does every day for us, all that it provides for us to have this beautiful human experience. Strong legs to walk, arms to carry things and give hugs. Just be grateful. Thank you guys for showing up today and doing this practice with me. If you did, I appreciate you, and hope to see you soon again. Or rather, I don't see you, but hope that you join me again in the future. If you enjoyed this, please feel free to leave a comment. Before I sign off here, I'll read them. And if you are in the South Florida area and we haven't met, just know that I am around here, South Florida. I teach weekly classes on the beach and in Delray Beach, Florida. I also teach retreats, workshops, and of course online here on Tuesdays or Thursdays. Every week I do this power hour class. Once in a while, if I have a rain out for my beach classes, I'll teach an online class here as well. Those are streamed live in the moment if I have a cancellation with my beach yoga classes. So if you want to ever join me, just subscribe to the channel and you'll get a notification when I do schedule a live class. Other than that, everything I do is by donation unless it's a special event, a workshop, or a retreat. So if you ever would like to donate to my offerings here, you can do that through Zelle, which is my phone number. It's on my description on my page, or Venmo at Jessica Ohm, JESSICAOM, and Cash App is the same at Jessica Ohm. I appreciate you guys for being here if you did practice with me. And yes, feel free again to leave any comments or connect with me directly My social media accounts are still down. It's been over a month. I'm working on getting them reactivated. Meta made a mistake and they are trying to figure out why it happened, which is a good thing that I actually at least got that far. But still functioning without a Facebook and an Instagram, which is crazy because I did so much of my communication through social media, or do so much. Other than that, Linktree, Wandering Heartist. You can find me rather, I should say, right on the description of this channel. So it's not hard to find me. You can Google me too, Jessica Ohm. All right, you guys, thanks so much for joining. Have a beautiful Thursday.